Hello Hearthstone fans and welcome to the Skype One Nation of Gamers Hearthstone Academy Daily Recap for December 2nd. I'm Astrogation, joined by Racy, and we're here on behalf of GamerSensei, and we'll be bringing you a daily summary of questions and discussion topics from the Hearthstone Academy Skype group. If you're looking for other passionate Hearthstone players to chat with about Hearthstone, you can join the group by simply adding Gaming with Skype on your Skype account. You'll also be entered to win a coaching lesson from either StrifeCrow or Frozen, taking place on December 13th and 15th, as well as other giveaways. You can check out skype.onog.gg for more details. Is Jade Druid killing control decks?
That is what is on everybody's mind, and I think the answer to it is twofold. I think yes, Jade Druid is going to be the bane of control decks, but at the same time, is Jade Druid good enough to compete with the aggressiveness of the other decks in the metagame?
So what you're kind of saying is that there might be like a triangle that forms, right?
Yeah, it's going to be somewhat of a rock, paper, scissors metagame, at least at the beginning, where you have aggro decks beating the Jade Druid decks, and then you have Jade Druid decks beating the control decks, and then the control decks are doing whatever they're doing, which is probably going to be like mid-range shaman or some type of control warriors I've seen been doing really well against the pirate decks, but they're going to do really poorly against the druid decks.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like a rock, paper, scissors metagame for the first week, I think.
You know what's kind of interesting? So I actually don't think, like, Jade Druid, the build that I played, I actually had 2 Feral Rages. I didn't find it to be that bad against aggro. I mean, you know, there's also that 3/6 Jade Golem taunt. So with 2 of those and with 2 Feral Rages, I think Jade Druid actually even still competes pretty well with aggro. If you get a decent start, that is.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Druid in general, if they draw well, they'll beat anything, regardless of how bad the matchup is.
Yeah, and they got a new ramp card too, the Jade Blossom, and that card has been insane. But I mean, the thing that I think is a bit insane is that I found that it's so easy for Jade Druid to be control decks. I mean, it's like I haven't had win rates this good in a long time.
Oh yeah, the inevitability that you can never fatigue, especially against something like, I've even seen control warriors on ladder still while playing a Jade Druid deck, and it's just, you just feel so comfortable.
Yeah.
Like you just feel like you can't lose.
Yeah. I don't know. It does speak to volumes when something is like that polarized, you know, and it's that strong. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see what develops.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's still day one, still pretty early. So.
Yeah, I mean, the dust has not settled yet. There's still so many things that need to be explored. It's too hard to tell, but right now, Jade Druid seems like it's in a very good spot.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's move on to the final topic of the day, which is Pirate Warrior too strong? Since, you know, a lot of people are trying to play Pirate Warrior, so not only does it counter Jade Druid, but it's just generally really, really strong. Like it still has good fighting chances against control decks. You know, it does suffer a little bit from what I've seen against like Dragon Priest, but still has winning chances. Like, it doesn't have extremely polarizing match. I guess it does complete Destroy Rogue, though. I have found that, I mean, Pirate Warrior is still pretty good against Rogue, but I don't know. Do you think Pirate Warrior is too strong?
I don't think it's actually too strong. I think that the turns it can have are insane. Turn 1, playing a 1/1, getting Patches, which is another 1/1 with charge, that comes out of your deck from playing N'Zoth's first mate, and then getting a 1/3 weapon on turn 1, all this on turn 1, going first, that's pretty insane, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you can still counter that with many decks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can still stop the aggressiveness and like have a lot of inevitability with healing and stuff like that, or taunts. I think it's just going to take a little while for the metagame to develop, and right now, especially at the beginning of a new metagame, aggro always tends to do well because lists are not refined enough. But as time goes on and more people start to realize how good Pirate Warrior is, I mean, they already realize it, but people are going to be playing Harrison, Ooze, they're going to be playing more healing if Pirate Warrior becomes too much of a nuisance, and eventually I think Pirate Warrior is just going to become another solid tier deck, but it's not going to be as dominant as everybody thinks.
Right. Well, so the thing is, like, I already started seeing people tech in 2 oozes in an attempt to try to counter Pirate Warrior, and I think that's kind of healthy. I mean, I like to see good techs coming into play, getting rewarded. So definitely. I like to see that people are teching in oozes for the counter. But also, on the other hand, do you think like patches is a problem? Because basically it's like you're playing a 29 card deck a lot of the time, and then also it comes out for free. So it's basically a 0 mana 1/1 charge, and sometimes it just gets in there for 3 to 4 damage, like at absolutely no cost, which is like pretty bonkers, right?
I think Patches is easily one of the best cards in Mean Streets of Gadgetzan, and one of the best cards ever printed in general, with one of the coolest effects I've ever seen Hearthstone like make. And I enjoy the concept of it, but it might be a little too strong. Honestly, it's just so good.
Yeah, definitely have to agree with you there. It is absolutely like. Again, the fact is that it's like the only way you can really like make your deck a 29 card deck, right? Because there isn't any other card that actually does that at the moment. So, yeah, really, really good card. So, with that said, again, it's still Pirate Warrior. We talked about you can counter it with Ooze. So, and also Dragon or Priest does pretty well against it. And there's also like the complete armor package of the Control Warrior as well, as we did mention. But again, those decks will struggle against Jade Druid. So then it's like a triangle going. But yeah, that's all the topics that we're going to cover for today. Thank you to everyone in the Hearthstone Academy Skype group who participated. And if you love Hearthstone, we'd love to have you join the conversation as well. Simply add Gaming with Skype on Skype, and you'll be added to the Hearthstone Academy Skype group. Get in there, participate, and your questions may be selected for tomorrow's episode. So thank you to everyone watching, and we see you tomorrow. And once again, this episode is brought to you by GamerSensei. Go ahead and check them out and book a Hearthstone lesson. We'll see you tomorrow.